everyone, it's me Michelle again and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be making two super quick and easy weeknight dinners. Both of them are actually using those frozen meatballs from my grocery haul. If you were kind of wondering what I do with them, just keep on watching. To start with, I put some of those meatballs into this glass baking dish and I'm going to put them in the oven at 350 to kind of reheat and brown. And while those are going, I also put some french fries into my air fryer. I did 375 for 12 minutes. After that, I started cutting up my sub rolls, and then I'm going to be buttering them with that Kerrygold butter that they did for a substitution. I would honestly never buy this butter on my own, not because it's not good, it's delicious, but it's just so expensive. I can put that money towards something else in my groceries, but I used it on these. I'm going to toast them up on my stove, and this is just to kind of make the bread a little bit sturdier because I'm going to be adding sauce to it. As those were finishing up, my meatballs were done. I pulled them out of the oven, and then I'm going to take those sub rolls after they finish toasting, and I'm going to put them right back into the same pan that we just finished doing the meatballs in, just because it's making less dishes. I also chose to put them in a smaller pan because when I stuff them, I want them to kind of all stand up and lean against each other, just so that when I add the cheese and the sauce, everything stays in the sub roll, and then it also kind of melts closed and everything will stay inside of it. Now I'm going to add this jarred marinara sauce, and I'm going to pour this into the sub rolls. You could add more of this if you wanted to or less. It's just depending on preference, but I kind of try not to flood it too much just because my kids are going to be eating these and they're kind of messy and hard to handle. Then I'm also going to be topping them with this mozzarella cheese. And then I also added on a little sprinkle of some fresh Parmesan cheese right there at the end. Then I put my oven on broil, and I put the pan inside the oven right under there to get them nice and toasty and to melt all that cheese. This is also the first time I've ever used my broiler. I was easily impressed because I've never seen that before. And this is what they looked like when I took them out. This was also enough to feed my entire family of 6. My last two, since they're still little, they split one of those. But the sub rolls came 6 to a pack anyway, but it's actually quite a bit of food. I mean, one of these, I couldn't even finish a whole one. For my second meal, it is going to be meatballs and gravy. I'm taking the other half of that bag of meatballs and emptying them into this pan. No reason why it's a circle, except that I hadn't washed that other one yet. And then turkey meatballs. I found these in the back of my freezer, and I only had about, 4 or 5 left, so I figured why not. Then while those were in the oven, I just started up my rice. It's 1 part rice to 2 parts water. I'm using this Pyrex dish. I've done it so many times, I don't really measure the cup for a cup. But as long as it's just 1 to 2, it'll turn out fine every single time. And then I put it on the white rice setting. Then to start my gravy, I added in this can of pieces and stems mushrooms. They're a little bit cheaper than the sliced ones. And I don't know, they all kind of eat the same, so I didn't really care. Then I put in a tablespoon or so, it was a baby spoon, of minced garlic, and I just stirred that over medium heat. You really don't want to burn that garlic. Then to that I added some onion powder, and then I put in some Worcestershire sauce, or I don't know if I pronounced that right, but we all know what it is. This one right there. After those had cooked down for a little bit, I added in my 3 packets of brown gravy mix, and then I also added in the 3 cups of water that you need to make up the gravy. And now for the secret ingredient, if you will. It is ketchup and mustard. This dish is kind of a mix between a Salisbury steak and a Swedish meatball kind of thing. I know it looks weird, but you just gotta trust the process on this one. It's really, really good. All of my kids eat this, and I don't know, my first one especially is super picky, and he'll even eat this. No rice, though, but he'll eat the meatballs and the actual gravy. After the gravy had started to get thick, we add back in those meatballs, and then we're going to stir them around and finish cooking it and get them completely coated in the gravy mix. And then to serve it, I put it over the rice that we had made, and I also made up some green beans with a little bit of Cajun seasoning on top of them for some flavor, and I served that alongside with this, so we would have a nice vegetable with it. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. It's honestly one of my family's favorite meals that I make. And that's it for today. If these are the kind of videos you like to see, just let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.